Here's the story.
It's New York, 1919. Marjorie Sullivan, the wife of Australian animator Pat Sullivan, brings a mangy cat to his studio and wants him to make a cartoon out of it. He decided to name this cat after the term Australia Felix, and thus Felix the cat was born, created by Pat Sullivan. What a story! Except, that's kind of all it is.
A story. Pat Sullivan didn't create Felix the cat. In fact, we're not entirely sure who did. Otto Messmer, an animator for Pat Sullivan's studio at the time of Felix's creation, dubbed himself as the true creator of Felix the cat after Pat's death. In the 1970s, he said that he was the one that created Feline Follies, the short where Felix made his debut. He said that he created the short in his own time, in his own house, for a different studio. And from that point, many people dubbed him the true creator of Felix the cat. But if we really look at his story, there's quite a few holes in it. Feline Follies wasn't the first short created by the studio starring a cat. Just a few years earlier in 1917, The Tale of Thomas Cat was released, which features a cat protagonist. And from 1918 to 1919, the studio created shorts inspired by Charlie Chaplin, which regularly featured black cats. There was an advertisement for one of these shorts at the time that featured one of these black cats, and yeah, it looked familiar. There's a line in one of these shorts that's repeated in Feline Follies. I've only got 9 lives to live, and I'll give them all to you. There's also some points brought up by Gerard Carr about Feline Follies' craftsmanship that shows some evidence that maybe Sullivan had more of a hand than Messmer stated. The handwriting in certain shots of the film matches up with some of Sullivan's early work. The most damning evidence for me is the fact that when mom is written in the short, it's spelt the Aussie way, which doesn't make a lot of sense because Messmer's a Yank. This, on top of a lot of other evidence that came to play, makes Messmer's claim a little rocky. So, who did create Felix the cat? Was it really Pat Sullivan? Or is this just another example of a higher-up taking credit for people's work, like Walt Disney or Stan Lee? It could have been Messmer, but the claim that he did it all himself doesn't really hold true. Could you consider Bill Nolan the creator? The artist that redesigned Felix into the iconic design that we know today? We might never truly know, but it's worth remembering that it's very rare for just one person to be responsible for a cartoon. Animation's a group effort, and there were so many animators working at Sullivan's studio, to just pick one and say that's the creator doesn't really feel accurate. This short is possible because of Australian animation and international history, and if you want more depth on the topic, I recommend checking it out.